want to talk to you today about the re-release of one of our signature sound libraries, Heavy Hitters Greatest Hits. We're commemorating Q Up Art's 30th anniversary by re-releasing their first product, which was our first product, Heavy Hitters Greatest Hits. I've been an electronic drum specialist since the early 80s. Started out making sound chips that would go into little Simmons drum sets. That led to bigger sampling projects. While working in studios and tours, worked on hundreds of albums. I have 5 platinum records and worked on multiple tours for bands like Yes, Motley Crue, Robert Palmer, and many others. So in 1993, I approached 3 of my clients about doing a drum library. My goal was to create the best sounding, most versatile drum library out there, and I had a group of clients that this would work with perfectly. First one was Jim Keltner. Jim is one of the top studio drummers here in Los Angeles, still to this day. And we recorded his drums at Ocean Way Studio when he was in there for a session. Alan White, a good friend of mine, is the drummer for Yes. Now, Alan was recording the Union album at Music Grinder Studio in Hollywood with the engineer Eddie Orford, who spent a day and a half getting Alan's drum sounds that you'll hear on our sound library. Tommy Lee was recording the Dr. Feelgood album up in Canada with engineer Bob Rock. So we had all these great studios and all of these great engineers to help us create the most amazing sound library that was available for drums. So on this 30th anniversary of the release of Heavy Hitters Greatest Hits and the formation of Q Up Arts, we're re-releasing Heavy Hitters Greatest Hits with a brand new GUI. Now this new GUI features amazing versatility, of course, of the sounds between the artists. This is the most evolved version of this collection. There's incredible new functionality that Q Up Arts has added to our sound library to make tuning, drum selection, and creating your own custom kits very easy, very fast, and very rewarding. So the new GUI offers control over tuning, panning, some amazing built-in reverbs, and individual levels and more for every drum. So when we're recording these sounds, as I mentioned, we got to use top studios in the country and in Canada for Tommy. Tommy, when we were recording, we recorded some sounds down here as well, and we're in the studio with Tommy and said, okay, we want to get 3 velocity levels of your drum hits. Let's start off with a soft hit. I hear this, okay, dude, coming from the other room. So we said, okay, rolling, and we hear this big whap on the snare drum. And I get on the talkback mic, and I said, hey, Tommy, we want soft hits first. He goes, that was a soft hit, dude. And then everybody in the engineering room cracked up. It was like, okay, carry on. So Tommy's hits are hard hitting and work awesome in just about any hard rock or heavy metal song. Now, Jim Heltner comes from a completely different background and a completely different approach. Jim is very in tune with the instruments that he has, his drums, his cymbals, his percussion, and Jim will find the exact amount of velocity he needs to hit his particular instrument to get the best sound out of it, whether it's a softer hit or a very hard hit, and he'll do that when he's recording just to get the most, like I said, incredible drum sounds. So Jim's sounds are just meticulous, they're clean, pure drums, and what makes these nice is that because they're nice, clear sounds, you can process these any way you like and turn them into just about anything. And the sounds are gorgeous. We added some extra drums that Jim had in the studio session, some extra bass drums and snare drums, and a few other little things. Now, Alan White's drum sounds are a signature. When you hear Alan White's drum sounds, if you're familiar with Yes, you immediately identify that with Alan White and Yes. So Alan's sounds were really good. Eddie Orford was engineering them up at Music Grinder up in Hollywood. One thing I noticed when I was there for the sampling session is that out in the studio, Music Grinder Studios had a beautiful room. And the sound out there was also awesome. It sounded way different than in the recording room, but it was another great sound. So for Alan White's drums, you actually get 2 different sets of recordings. One that was just a stereo mic out in the room, and the second one that was the full drum set as recorded on the Union album.
All right, thank you, Reek. Yeah, we're so happy to be releasing this library. This has always been one of my favorites. the Heavy Hitters Greatest Hits was a landmark product. When we released this library, drum machines and sampled drums were, they were small and they were kind of dry, and they just didn't have a lot of character. So I had known Reek from working with him at Emu Systems in Santa Cruz. He also played Watermelon Kick on one of my albums, and if you want that story, you have to contact me directly. All right, Reek?
That's right.
That was quite a party. Anyway, I knew Reek from Santa Cruz and Emu and different sampling projects, and he brought these sounds to us. I was blown away. I mean, these were the best drum sounds I'd ever heard in my life, and they came from real recording sessions. They weren't sampling sessions. So, when Yes goes into the studio, they'll spend multiple days setting up mics, tuning the drums, and just being very, very detailed with the sound of the drum, each and every instrument in the kit. So we endeavored to, publish these sounds. Our first samplers were Emu hardware. I think we did the E3 X, and we put it into Akai samplers, Roland Giga Sampler, Yamaha sample cell. We were shipping them on CD-ROMs at that point. Now everything is an instant download. When you make the purchase, it goes right into your computer instantly, and you open it in Kontakt. He uses Kontakt full version, not the Kontakt player. And the new GUI just gives you unprecedented control. You can tune each drum, you can pan it, you can, bring the whole set down 2 octaves if you want for just a monstrous messed up drum kit. We have lexicon reverb impulses inside the GUI. It just sounds tremendous, and you have just a load of control to make a really custom sounding kit. Make it your own and custom fit it to your particular production. So yeah, we're celebrating 30 years in the business, and we're happy to be helping you with sounding better. And yeah, thanks for watching. Rock on.